So I'm going to lift and turn, and you're going to pull out. I'm not very good at that. All right. All right. Now lower.
Look at that. Nah, we'll just leave it like that.
Okay. You want to keep it dangerous?
Yeah, let's do dangerous. Welcome to the shop. My name is Tavarish.
I'm Jared.
And this is Wrench Every Day. Now, the last time I was at the shop, actually we were at the shop, there was a lot of stuff going on. But the last time Jared was at the shop, he got a little mad at me, and he took the engine out of my new car. And then what happened to that car, Jared?
It's gone. It's gone to car heaven.
It's gone to car heaven. We don't have that car. So if you guys are confused about what happened, then just watch the last episode. So I got a GS 300 Lexus, and it was awesome. It had suicide doors, and it was all
awesome. There's one awesome part.
It was awesome, Jared, and now it's gone.
It's gone.
So you took out the engine, which is this. What kind of engine is that, Jared?
That is a 2JZ GTE, found in the Toyota Supra, the Aristo, which is what the GS is in Japan. Originally had twin turbos. It's been upgraded with a nice single turbo.
But that used to be in my car. Why'd you take it out?
Because it belongs here.
Okay.
Earl Leeker. Earl Leeker deserves a lot more.
All right, so I sort of agree with you. I think Earl Leeker does deserve something really rowdy. So I think we're going to be taking out the engine in this car. And the engine in this car is what exactly?
This is a VG30, I think just ET, it's not or a DE, a VG30DE.
You sure about that?
No.
Look at that. That is awesome.
So you have no room to work on this.
No, there's not a ton of room, and also these can't really hold a lot of power. I mean, they can sort of.
You can build them up and do good power, but it's the V6. Inline 6 is always better.
That is better than this.
The original plan was for the V8.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people liked, but there were several things working against the V8. One, it didn't fit well at all. It could be made to fit, but would be very limited on potential power output.
We would have even less room to work than this, and the V8 is actually physically longer. We would have to put the radiator somewhere in here and do a bunch of modification, and then at the end of the day, it's just the V8 making around 300-ish horsepower.
There's no aftermarket support, so we could eventually upgrade it and make a lot of power. Unfortunately, we're trying to be a relative budget build. We want to be attainable to your average viewer. We would have to spend a lot of money to make that V8 fast, where 2Js are still relatively affordable. I do have one thing that I guarantee will sell you.
What?
What could you not have with a V8? It was impossible for you to have.
Dignity.
No, you can have dignity.
No.
Okay.
Not with that one.
It's 2 letters, and it's very important in Florida.
Is it AC? Oh, is it air conditioning?
We may not end up with it, but we definitely could have it.
I like that argument. Like, we probably won't use it, but we could if we wanted to.
It's there if we want it.
It's there for the taking, so okay, let's...
So it's on the table, whereas it's not even in the kitchen with
right.
the V8.
Okay, cool. To do that, we're going to have to take off this body kit that we put on, because we don't want to ruin it with a bunch of fingerprints and gouges and scratches and all that crap. So this actually all comes off in one piece, which is really cool.
Yeah, we'll be able to get it off real quick, and the other benefit is because we can get so much further in, it's easier to pull the engine with the nose cone off.
And another benefit is that when we have all the body panels off, we can work on this atrocious rust.
Yeah, we can get that fixed up a little bit. And I have a plan too, but you'll have to wait.
What's your plan?
You'll see.
I'll see?
Everyone will see, but I think
everyone will see.
A couple episodes away. But
okay,
I have something in my head that 98%.
Does it involve taking off another engine from a car I own?
Don't look at any of those behind you.
Please don't.
Time to finish removing the exhaust. If you remember from the previous episode, edit cut here.
I'm not gonna cut.
Oh. Freddie tried removing it with a hammer because someone welded the tips real nice to the hangers, and it worked on this side.
Yeah.
Not here. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this and just kind of start cutting up the way to remove it.
Are you trying to say that this is not the way you should do this?
Just
Weld the tip directly to the tow hook?
no, that's not advisable.
Okay, all right then.
And mechanics wire, if you're like on the side of the road and you need to get it up temporarily, it works.
I like that the hangers are just next to it. Like you almost got it.
Almost there.
Almost there.
They ran out of bends, so they went with what they could.
Okay, so we are just using a regular Sawzall and
some
a
carbide teeth
and carbide teeth. Yeah. Okay.
and I got extra safety squints.
Okay. Well,
Let's be safe.
good luck. Hold on. I gotta.
Put yours on too.
Yeah, I gotta put mine on. Okay, there we go. And hold on, safety squints engaged.
All right. Ready? That was booger welded, but holy cow, that had.
Did you almost cut your leg?
Now, let's start cutting more.
Wait, what else are we cutting?
The hangers and the pipe so it can come out.
Okay.
Okay.
And now it's all like cattywampus. Look at that.
They used the flex section. I mean, it works. Kind of.
All right.
Yeah, there you
Like
go.
that?
Oh. Oh, God. It's a squirter. It's a squirter. Okay. Push the tranny a little bit from the side. Well, wait. No. Wait, can you turn them a little sideways? Push down and turn. Wait. Wait. There we go. I push down and turn towards you. Woo! Yay! More leaking. Earl Leeker. More like coolant leaker. Like water leaker. So I'm gonna lift and turn, and you're gonna pull out. I'm not very good at that. All right. All right. Now lower. Look at that. Nah, we'll just leave it like that. Okay. You want to keep it dangerous? Yeah, let's do dangerous.
That is Earl Leeker 2.0, engineless, and very, very rusty. But it looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. It's the hole of opportunity.
The whole of opportunity, and don't take that out of context. So take a look at this. This is a VG30 DE.
No T's.
No T's. There's no turbos on it. And look at this. It's that's an exhaust manifold. It's a weird design. But what we need to get is this. It's a 5-speed, and apparently it holds some power.
Enough. We're not looking for crazy power.
We're actually looking for crazy power.
700. It's not crazy for a Supra.
I was thinking 500.
Maybe not with the fuel injectors, but
Okay, so we'll see, because that 2JZ was sold to me as 500 horsepower capable very, very easily. So we'll see how realistic that is. But I wanted to go over like what we need to do for this to mate to that. And to do that, we need to take this apart.
one thing I'm trying to figure out is everyone references a front sump pan for the 2JZ swaps. And what that means is the oil pan is positioned further forward in the engine, because when it's
right here,
positioned rear, they said it didn't fit the steering rack, but I'm looking, well, I guess we'll just have to figure out if we can fit a sway bar, because these are power steering lines and an AC line, which we can relocate, and normally you'll end up notching roughly this section of the subframe and reinforcing it with an L so you can have the oil pan drop right into this hole. So we'll just have to test fit some of that, and then build our mounts to drop into the cradle, which honestly, in the realm of what Earl needs, that's the easier side. This hole is a whole nother story.
Why would this happen?
So two things happen. One, if you look at the other side, there's small surface rust. They're really bad about, and you can see some of it. The leaves get stuck there, and it holds water and grime and causes rust. So that's the symptom of the leaf. On this side, your battery sits here, and batteries are really bad if you don't maintain them And just sometimes when they get old, the cases will crack. If they overheat, the acid that's in the battery, the lead acid batteries, will leak out, and it just corrodes and destroys the metal. So this is metal that's been exposed to a lot of battery corrosion and leaking, and it just eats away the protection that the metal has, the coatings that the metal has, and it just rusts and melts away. So we're going to need to build and kind of rebox all of this section. We're going to relocate the battery, so this battery tray is not a problem. This is your main suspension mount, so this is where we'll really need to rebuild and restructure. The brake lines we can move and reposition a little bit so we can make it safe.
Well, we don't need brake lines, right? Those aren't important.
No, not at all. You only go, don't stop.
Yeah, just keep going. The sway bar is actually something I didn't account for. So when we put in the 2J, that might actually get in the way, because I was envisioning that we would notch this out and the oil pan would sit right here, but this might get in the way.
Right.
So,
and one solution we could do for it is we'll actually build blocks and we can lower the mounting point as long as it doesn't get too low. So we can keep it there, and then we correct for it with the end links, and that's what connects the sway bar to the control arms for the movement. So we shorten those, and we'll find it out. You know, this wasn't the plan.
I mean, is it possible to do a rear sump?
The Supra's rear sump is kind of a misnomer. It really is a mid sump. It sits almost, where it would land would be like right here. So I don't see that happening. If budget wasn't a problem, we'd just go dry sump.
If budget wasn't a problem, we wouldn't have this car.
Well, we would.
No.
Okay. What would we have?
Hello. Let's take off this trans because this is sketching me out just a little bit. I'm a big fan of not having the potential energy of an engine falling on the ground or on somebody.
I don't like it either, but sometimes.
Sometimes you like it?
Sometimes you have to make questionable choices. Can you do those connectors one-handed?
These connectors?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, those
connectors?
Yeah.
Yes. How do they come apart? And it's something like ta-da! Is that a venomous snake?
Yes.
It is? What is it? Red near black? Venom black and red near yellow? Bite a fellow?
Red next to black, you're lucky, Jack. Red by yellow, you're a dead fellow. Is that it?
I don't know. But it's dead now. On a scale of 1 to 10, how sketchy is this?
14. No, a 7.
A 7 out of 10. Yep.
That's not 100. That's all that matters.
Okay. That's pretty heavy trans. You want me to help with that?
Nah, we're good.
We're good?
That feels like the winner. Let go.
Yep.
There we go.
All right. Just put that down.
That
looked pretty light.
Sure.
Yeah, was that light?
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all.
How many pounds was that?
All of them.
So I figured even though we don't need to use this clutch, I wanted to see what the clutch is actually like, what the condition is, and if this was clutch kicked or drifted or whatever.
Yeah, we can learn a lot about the history of a car in your clutch. It's either someone who didn't know how to drive the clutch, was slipping it a lot, evidence of abuse. It definitely looks like it's been in there a while, as these are your clutch fingers, and that's what has the spring tension to clamp your clutch. And they have a really heavy groove, because that is where your throwout bearing touches.
Wow, yeah. I mean, it is not new, so.
Yeah. We'll see what it looks like.
You think that this could be original? The car had 120,000 miles on it.
A USA stamp on the clutch cover, so I don't think so.
Is this not an American car?
No. Also, you'd normally alternate your removal pattern if there was any chance you're trying to keep or reuse this, because you can warp the pressure plate, but we're not concerned.
If you want this clutch, just write in the comments and Jared will hand deliver it to you. He will walk to your house and give you this clutch.
Sure. International only.
Yes.
It'll take a couple weeks for delivery. Alrighty. So Earl has not moved in a long time.
Yeah. But to be honest, that actually doesn't look too bad. There's not too many hot spots. It doesn't look like it was beaten on.
This looks like almost a brand new clutch. So,
Yeah.
El, you can actually see this pressure plate, or the flywheel's been resurfaced. You see the refinishing marks, because when these are made to look new again, they have a large stone that grinds this back.
So it's been done at least once fairly recently. So this clutch is actually pretty good. You can see how much material is left because you can sort of measure it from where the rivets are.
Yep.
So it still has plenty of life left on it. But we're not going to be using this thing, so this is going to go in the trash. What are we going to do with this engine?
Nothing?
Garbage.
Garbage.
Garbage. No, actually, what I'm thinking we can do is we can teach people about engines.
That could work. We could put it on an engine stand and take it apart and...
What do you think about doing a little Professor Jared series where you teach people? Because people really liked when you did the suspension stuff, and I really liked it. So I figure, you know, there's an AC compressor, there's an alternator, a power steering pump, there's cylinder heads, there's
coils, fuel injectors, timing belts. So we can go over a lot. So let us know if you're interested.
I'm letting you know right now we're doing that.
Okay. So on my next trip to Florida, this will be mounted up on a engine stand, and we'll take the time, take it apart, and I'll try to go through the details and teach you the basics of an engine, what makes something good, what maybe makes an engine bad.
Well, I can tell you right now, what makes an engine bad is the lack of turbo here. So there's no turbo, so the engine's bad. So that's how we know.
So that engine's bad. Can we put that one in, Earl, since that's a bad engine? Has no turbos. Yeah.
Jared?
I'll just keep stealing engines. We'll run out.
Well, okay, that was pretty fun. That was also pretty dirty, and we still have a lot of work to do.
A lot to do.
Yeah. It's a process. So this is gonna go somewhere in the back, but I'm very excited because we are putting that in here at some point. Well, in the next few episodes, that's what we're gonna be just working non-stop on. So how do we usually end these?
Let's see. Today, one act of random kindness. Buy the guy behind you coffee in the morning. Smile at someone. Hold a door. Make the world a better place.
Make the world a better place. That's it's very lofty. Okay.
But you know what? You don't do it at once.
Yeah.
One act of kindness.
Just one act of kindness. Be better. Be better. Bye, guys.